60 commentators is crazy. On that topic, it's a good time to probably talk about something that I've been hearing a lot in our community lately, which is Fortnite had a tournament recently. You guys probably all heard about the Fortnite thingamajig that happened. They had the big world championships or whatever. It was huge. People were like, oh, this shit is sick. I didn't watch it at all, but I heard about it. And I heard that the first place prize for the one player who won was $3 million. Fifth place got 900K. And one of the most common things I saw on fighting game Twitter was quote tweeting this kid winning $3 million and saying, man, I'm playing the wrong game. I can't believe how much money this kid made. I'm playing the wrong game. Fortnite has got a bajillion dollars. They're crushing it. It's crazy, right? The thing is like, if you think about actually that sentence and then you start to do a little comparison back and forth, you start to realize when you do the number crunching, it doesn't make as much sense as what you're saying. You have to think like, this Fortnite tournament had $3 million for first place. That's a lot of money. But it had 40 million players that played in the qualifier for this championship. 40 million players. That would be like if someone at Evo for Smash Ultimate is has 3,500 attendees, right? If the pay ratio was the same, that would be like winning Smash Ultimate, and instead of making the money that you make now from Evo, which is not a huge amount, but it's like a pretty sizable chunk of change for that many players, that would be like winning $350, less than $350 for a 3,500 man tournament for Smash Ultimate. Comparing the exact numbers, you know, if you actually think about the math that way. And like, come on, man, Fortnite is humongous. 40 million players played in this tournament. 3 million for first place. It's a lot. I get that, you know, at the top level, the competitive players are like, man, I wish I was earning more money. It's totally an understandable solution. But, you know, someone says, but 39 million of those people are 9-year-olds. Okay, well, 1 million people is still a little bit more than the 3,500 attendees Smash Ultimate, which is the largest game at Evo, has. It's just a little bit more. I think the perspective of that is very important. 40 million people in that tournament. Imagine 40 million people competing online in a fighting game tournament. You know, we don't have the same kind of numbers as something like Fortnite. So obviously the payout's going to be lower overall. $250,000 for like a Capcom place winning, and you know, there was like a huge prize pool for E-League when that was going around, and you know, all this kind of stuff. Like these are still large prize pools for our space, especially when you consider the Fortnite World whatever tournament it is. How many commentators and analysts did it have? Like 10 total maybe? Evo, which is way less attended and way less money involved than something like Fortnite, has 60 commentators. 60 commentators that need to get paid and need to have slots commentating 9 different games at Evo, with a total of 15,000 attendees versus 40 million for the Fortnite tournament. When you think about it like that, it's actually pretty fortunate that we get to have all these 60 people out there to do commentary, right? So you're not sure you agree about which part. Also, yeah, that is one part that always cracks me up, is the I'm playing the wrong game thing. Like, the implication is if this fighting game player just went and played Fortnite, they'd make $1 million or whatever it is, or a crazy amount of money. Shit's hard. There's so many players playing that game, bro. It's like, I can't imagine. In amongst the sea of people there, right? Like, it would be so difficult to break through some way, some form, whether you're a content creator or a player or whatever it is, right? It brings up some weird questions like, are you just playing fighting games to try to earn some money? Because if so, you first of all picked the wrong, you know, community. And second of all, where were you when, like, you know, KI had big prize pools and NRS games had big prize pools many years ago? And like lots of other games have had big prize pools and big tournaments over the years. And I haven't seen fighting game players try to diversify into other games. Even stuff like Sam Show has $30,000 at Evo this year, and the game is brand new, so your chances of winning it are probably better than whatever other established title you have. It has $30,000 prize pool. How many fighting game players do you see trying to win this $30,000 prize pool that are also tweeting, man, I'm playing the wrong game for Fortnite, you know? If it was really about the money, then I think that there's opportunities where you could try to do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think it's actually about the money. I get what people are saying. I see what you mean, saying like, man, if I was as good at fighting games as I was at Fortnite, I would have a better chance to make lots of money. And that's maybe true, but like, if you don't like Fortnite or if you're not interested in it, then like, you know, why would you dump all this time and effort and resources into it, right? Yeah, and also, if you want to make $1 bajillion, betting it all on a video game is pretty risky, right? But yeah, comparatively, I think that the way fighting games is growing and our payouts are reasonable to the amount of money and investment and like income the community has. As far as like other games go where they have these huge tournaments and everything like that, maybe it works for them, and maybe long term that's something that they're interested in. But I think there's a reason that like fighting games don't come out and then Capcom or Bandai Namco is like, hey, we're gonna have $500,000 for this invitational or something like that, and they'd rather spread it out to give a chance for community people to win it all through the year, even if it's like less money than some one big check. It's like this money goes to tons of different tournaments and events, and that they can support throughout the entire year, instead of the normal like, okay, well, we're gonna host one big tournament and the winner gets to hold a humongous check that'll make a cool article on ESPN esports.